the movie begins, we see Oliver, a young nonverbal autistic boy who uses a smartphone to communicate with people. After some time, he goes to the kitchen to grab a drink. When he comes back, he sees an app on his phone named Misunderstood Monsters, narrating the story of a monster named Larry, who just wants a friend. After he reads the story, the lights go out by themselves. He looks at the gallery from where he hears some sounds. He gets scared and locks the door and hides under his blanket, and when he looks there again, he sees someone trying to open the door. Suddenly the door opens, and someone begins moving toward him, and he gets terrified. Her mother Sarah comes there, and he tells her that there is someone in his room. Sarah calms him down and tells him that it was just a bad dream. The next day we see Oliver at school, where he is drawing Larry. Now after school, a boy comes to him and asks him to go with them. He lures him into a field where he gets bullied by his classmates due to his condition. A boy named Byron takes his phone and throws it out into the field. The next day we see Sarah at Oliver's school, where his teacher tells her that she should befriend Oliver with other kids, and here we again see Oliver drawing Larry. Next, we see Oliver in a shop, where when he passes in front of some tablets, they turn on, but then Sarah takes him from there. We then see Oliver's father Marty at work, where he finds a tablet in the lost and found box. Suddenly the lights start flickering and the door of his cabin opens. Martin shuts the door and tries to fix the lights, and outside we see papers sticking to an invisible entity. But as he fixes the light, the entity runs away. Now when Marty comes home, he gives that tablet to Oliver. Later, Oliver plays with an app on his tablet that identifies faces, and it identifies a face in the empty space next to him. The same night we see Martin leaving the house due to the poor relationship between him and Sarah. Now the next morning when Oliver asks her mother if Dad is gone, the tablet starts responding to him. He asks him who he is. And then he goes back to the kitchen. But the then tablet says it's Larry, he just wants to be his friend. Oliver gets terrified hearing this, and then Sarah comes and starts talking to him, but his attention was on the tablet. He picks up the tablet and hides it in a closet under the stairs. One night, Sarah organizes a sleepover so Oliver can become more social and the three boys who bullied him come over. Now Oliver was very frightened and was looking towards the closet where he had hidden the tablet. The kids think that maybe Oliver had hidden candies in there, so Byron goes there and retrieves the tablet. Olives take the tablet from him, but they all together snatch it from him. Byron shows them Larry's picture and starts reading the story. Just then lights start flickering and all the bulbs start to explode. They all get terrified seeing this, and when Oliver looks through the tablet's camera, they see Larry sitting in a corner. Suddenly he gets up, and Byron snatches the tablet from him. He then goes to that spot and says there is no one there. But suddenly the dining tables move and kids get terrified seeing this. Hearing their screams, Sarah comes there and lets Byron out from there. Next, when the parents come to pick up their kids, the kids blame Oliver for all this and call him a lunatic. Later, Sarah asks him about all this, to which he says he has done nothing. Now the next day Sarah buys new bulbs, and when she is changing them, a notification pops up on the tablet. She sees Larry's story on it and suddenly the light in the other room starts flickering. Sarah fixes it and when she comes out, she gets shocked to see that all the bulbs are lit. Then she hears someone's footsteps, so she goes to the kitchen and grabs a knife. After this, she starts checking the house, and only then she hears a voice from the tablet. She notices that the tablet is responding to her and tells her to say goodbye to Oliver. She gets frightened by this and covers the camera of the tablet. She tells it to stay away from his son, to which the tablet responds that it will take him away. Then all the lights in the house start flickering, and she hears someone's footsteps again. She rushes to Oliver's school and tells him that they have to go home. She then gets a call from Jennifer, who tells her Byron is not speaking. Next, we see them at Byron's home, where Jennifer tells Sarah that Byron is neither eating nor speaking. Sarah tells her that someone may have hacked Oliver's tablet, but Byron says that it was Larry, and Oliver had done nothing. Sarah asks him what did he see? To which he says Larry just wants a friend. He tells her that he tried to kill him, and Sarah gets terrified hearing this. Now when Sarah and Oliver are leaving the house to visit her dad, Oliver sees a light in Sarah's room. He goes there and finds his tablet there, and only then he hears someone's footsteps. And when he looks through the camera, he sees Larry walking into his room. When Oliver enters his room, he sees Larry putting a sponge on his bed and then calling to him, but Sarah calls him and Larry disappears from there. Oliver looks under the bed but finds no one there, so he picks up the sponge and they both come to Marty. Sarah tries to tell Marty about Larry, but he does not believe her. Oliver also tells him that Larry wants him as a friend. Marty calms down Sarah and asks her to rest. He then takes Oliver with him to his work, where Marty finds the tablet in Oliver's bag, and Oliver gets frightened seeing it. Now as Marty starts reading the story, the lights start flickering, and then it goes off. Now when Marty starts fixing the light, Oliver takes out a laser measuring device from his bag and starts playing with it. Only then he notices that someone is moving towards him with heavy footsteps, and the reading on the meter shows someone in front of him. He throws a sticky hand in front that sticks to an invisible entity. And only then Marty comes there and takes him away. Oliver then turns on the camera of the tablet and starts looking through it, but Martin tells him that there is nothing there. And he starts showing him it on the tablet. But Oliver starts levitating in the air, and Marty sees Larry holding Oliver in the glass reflection. He gets terrified and comes out of the cabin with Oliver. He comes back home and starts discussing it with Sarah. Oliver draws something and shows it to them, from which they understand that the tablet is a window of Larry. He wants to come into this world through it, and to stop him, they have to destroy the tablet. Now the next day Byron asks Oliver if he has seen Larry again. He tells Byron that his mom and dad have broken his tablet. They both reconcile and becomes friends again. That night, Marty receives a notification on his phone, in which it is written that Larry will not stop until he finds a new friend, and if someone comes in his way, they will be responsible for their end. Then all the lights there start turning off one by one. Marty tries to flee, but the doors of his cabin get locked. He gets terrified and hides under a table, after which he turns his phone's camera and sees Larry walking around the cabin. Suddenly he sees him on the table, and he somehow manages to come out and lock him in. He then starts leaving from there in his car, but he sees street lights are going off, which means Larry is following him. Larry jumps onto his car, and when Marty looks through his phone camera, he sees him behind his car. He gets terrified and his phone falls from his hand. When he picks up his phone, he sees Larry sitting next to him. Here Sarah gets a call, and she learns that Marty has met with an accident. Sarah comes out talking on the phone when she gets a notification on her phone. Fearing that, she throws it. Now when she comes back in, Larry talks to her through TV. She realizes that Larry is made of loneliness. Sarah tries to switch off the TV, but it doesn't work. She takes out the TV and throws it out of the house. She then trashes all electrical devices in the house, due to which Oliver gets very upset and Sarah scolds him. Oliver gets annoyed by this, and when Sarah tries to explain him, they hear some sounds from outside the house. When they come out, they see that all the lights are turning off, which frightens them. Then Oliver starts to come out from the broken electronic devices, seeing that they run and hide inside the house. Now Larry also comes inside the house and starts looking for them, and as soon as he is about to come near them, they both try to escape. But Larry comes there. They both run upstairs and hide under a bed, where Oliver tells her that she lied to him and broke his friendship with Byron. Just then Larry comes upstairs looking for them. He gets onto his bed and Larry starts speaking. Hearing him, Larry finds them and tries to get him. They both come out and Oliver starts breaking the lights. He then takes Sarah to the field where there is no electricity for Larry to follow them with, but Larry uses Oliver's phone that the boys threw earlier to trap them there. They get terrified and try to flee there, and Larry starts following them. But a car comes in front of them, causing them to separate. Now Larry catches Oliver and drags him away. We then see Larry calls Oliver a friend and extends his hand toward him. Oliver must take Larry's hand to enter Larry's world, but at the last second, Sarah takes Larry's hand instead, offering to go with him and become his friend instead of Oliver. In their final moments, Oliver looks Sarah in the eye for the first time, something Sarah has struggled with ever since Oliver was diagnosed. Larry takes Sarah and they both vanish, leaving Oliver alone. In the aftermath, we see Oliver in school where Oliver is now speaking a little bit. One night, the lights go out again and strange noises are heard downstairs. Marty also comes downstairs hearing Oliver's voice, where he sees him playing with an invisible entity. Marty grabs his phone and sees Oliver and Sarah playing happily. Sarah tells her son, "I'll protect you," as Marty smiles. The end.